Hi, my name is Dana and welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be sharing with you a few of my favorite books that follow heroines who are either small business owners or are looking to own their own business, as well as sharing a few of my favorite romance-oriented small businesses that are owned by women. So this video idea is fully coming out of all of the Shop Small initiatives that are going on, as well as Shop Local, and I know the holiday shopping season is upon us and I am definitely buying myself a whole lot because treat yourself, girl. It's been rough and like that's the only thing I can really do. We can't go outside, so this is what's getting me through this. So I wanted to share some books that I think are really fun and follow really feminist heroines who are pursuing their dreams of owning their own business and are really fun and quirky, as well as some businesses that I really enjoy. I also don't have any products from just from Peace Loves Books shop, Art and Admirations, but I'll link hers down below, as well as I know Bree from In Love and Words has a shop, and I think Desiree from Genki Reader has a shop, so I'll try and leave as many Booktube owned shops down below. I definitely want to shop from them as soon as possible, but these are things that I already owned or have recently purchased, and all of these businesses are owned by women, so I think that's really important to support small businesses as well as supporting other women, so hope you enjoy. So let's start off with three historicals. So the first is The Prince of Broadway by Joanna Shoop. I think y'all know my love for Joanna Shoop. So this book is the second in the Uptown Girls series, and this one follows Florence Green, who she wants to own her own women's casino. So her, being the amazing queen that she is, decides to go to the most ruthless casino owner, Clayton Madden, and she goes to him and she's like, hey, I need you to tutor me and teach me how the ways of owning this business and how I can go about having it. And she is just a risk taker. She will stop at nothing to get what she wants, and I love it. And Clayton is just so like enraptured by this of her, and he ends up teaching her a few things that aren't about business, and it's just so good and I love her so much. If you haven't checked out this series, highly recommend it. I know some people don't really love the first one, but this one has my heart. You don't really need to have read the other books with the series, especially because this book takes place at the same time as the first one, so you don't really need to know what's going on in the first one to know what's going on in this one. So the next book on my list is Forbidden by Beverly Jenkins. So this follows Edie, who is moving from Nevada to California, and on her journey ends up through so many bad circumstances, but she's rescued by Ryan Fontaine, and he is a black man he's biracial, and so he is passing in this town as white, and they end up having a romance. But Edie's moving to start her own cafe, and she loses a lot of her startup money along her journeys and ends up working in a cafe for someone. And throughout the book, her kind of singular focus is how she can cook and bring joy to people's lives through food. And yeah, I just love Edie, like the kind of courage she has to kind of go travel like this by herself. She's just such a strong female character, and I think that's like a strong through line that you see with female business owners, is kind of strength to take this risk and do this thing that they're excited about and happy to do, and you know, it's a strong passion for them. So I really loved this one. I read this during the historical romance readathon weekend edition, so this was like one of my first vlogs, so yeah. And then the final historical romance is one that I have a whole like hour-long discussion with Kelly from Bookish Kelly on Instagram and B from B and Her Books. And it's Never Judge a Lady by Her Cover by Sarah McLean, and this is actually the fourth book in the Rules of Scoundrels series, and I won't spoil anything about this character because there's things you need to know. It's highly more enjoyable and satisfying to have read the series before this and this series, but also just read the first 3 books before this. But this one, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to have done that. But I think it just kind of, there's a big reveal that makes this one exciting. So this one follows Georgiana, and she is the sister of a duke who has built up her own gambling den. And no one knows that she is the person who's running this one. She runs the show, she's the boss, and the 3 heroes of the prior books report to her. She is no nonsense. People are afraid of her. All of the people know she has all of their secrets, and her hero is a newspaper owner, and he kind of finds out that she's hiding something, and their story kind of goes from there. Her main ambition in this book is to get a husband who is from the aristocracy, because she wants to make sure that her daughter is able to marry well and not be put upon because of her own choices. She had a child out of wedlock, so she's an extremely strong character, but she's also like so resourceful, and she's started this casino from the ground up, and it's like super prospering, and everyone fears her, and she's just fantastic. This book is like, it's got so many great Sarah MacLean things. I think Sarah MacLean often has female business owners. I think if you've read Daring and the Duke, you'll be it's very reminiscent of this one. Her books in her series tend to go kind of from wallflower to like radical feminist, and they're so fantastic. I love this book so much. Highly recommend it, clearly. So the next 2 books are actually by the same author, and when I was putting this stack together, I didn't like realize that, because they're both tonally very different stories, even though one is a spin-off series technically to the first one. So let's start. So the first is Wrong to Need You by Alicia Rai. So I love Alicia Rai so much. She's so funny on social media. If you don't follow her TikTok, you should. So this is the 3rd or 2nd book. Is this the 3rd or the 2nd one? This is the 2nd book in her Forbidden Hearts series. And so this series follows a like family, or rather 2 families in this small town that are rivals. And the first one is a like second chance romance, and this one, I believe this one might also be second chance romance, but this is like the ultimate, like, they could not be together. So the heroine is Sadia, and she is a widow. Her husband passed away. Was he sick? I read this series a really long time ago. And the hero of this book is Jackson, who is her passed away husband's brother. And Jackson kind of ran out of town because people thought that he burned down this building and he might have caused the death of someone. I don't remember. But he comes back, he's a chef, and Sadia owns a cafe. So he comes and works in her cafe, and oh my god, this romance is just so explosively good, and Alicia Rai knows how to like make us sizzle, you know? Like, this just does something for me. It's, I think, my favorite one of the series. The 3rd one follows the Kane family's youngest sister. And this one definitely is my fave. I love the chemistry, but also Sadia is a single mom. Her cafe hasn't always done well, and she's been trying to pull this all off on her own with, you know, she has a big family who helps in, and the Kanes have kind of helped in, but it's all been really on her, and it's been really rough for her, and he comes in and definitely helps out, but she has struggled. And I also love that she's bi, and we don't really see that all the time in romance, especially when this one came out like several years ago. So I just highly recommend Alicia Rye in general, and you'll know because the second book I recommend is The Right Swipe. So this is technically a spin-off, I believe. Okay, so the third book, the hero in that, this is his sister, or his half-sister, I don't know. But this is definitely a spin-off to the Forbidden Hearts series. And so this follows a, like a dating app developer, Rhiannon. And Rhiannon had like a one-night stand with this football player, and he ghosted her. And so now she's looking to acquire another dating app, and he is the nephew of the owner of that dating app, and he's now going to be the face of that brand. And she gets confronted by this, and all these feelings get dredged up. It's so good, but also he is strongly campaigning against some of the wrongs of the football community and how they treat men who get concussions and injuries and end up really suffering from that. So it's just a really great book, but Rhiannon is like a boss bee girl going after her tech dreams, and she's a woman in a predominantly male field, and she owns her own company, and she's so like smart, and she obviously has had kind of the stereotype of being a bitch and being a bossy woman, and it sucks, but she's really fantastic and knows her stuff, and she's also really good to her employees, which I really loved. The final book features more of a small business internet owner, and so that is The Friend Zone by Abby Jimenez, who also is a small business owner herself. She owns Nadia Cupcakes, which is really fun, and she was on like Cupcake Wars. So this book follows I think it's like a best friend's boyfriend's best friend kind of thing. So Kristen, her best friend is a firefighter, or her best friend's boyfriend or fiance is a firefighter, and he has a new friend coming into town, and she ends up meeting him under funny circumstances, and he's kind of immediately, like, they have a hate to love kind of thing going on, and then they become friends, and he is very much into her, and she really puts him in the friend zone. At the beginning of the book, she does have a boyfriend, fiance type guy who's overseas. I don't know if he's actually in the military or like military-esque field. So obviously he's friend zoned for that. And then when she does break up with that guy, she continues to put him in the friend zone because throughout the book, Kristen is dealing with, what is it called? So she's dealing with cysts on her ovaries that have given her extremely painful periods. She's pretty much nonstop bleeding. And so she, at the beginning of the book, has gone for treatment, gone to the doctor about this. And the really only thing to help her would be get a full hysterectomy. And that's obviously an emotional roller coaster for any woman to have to deal with. But Josh, no, is this Josh? Josh, the hero in this, is such a like guy who wants kids. He has nieces and nephews, and he really, like, that's something he talks about, is he loves kids, and Kristen doesn't want to put him in that position to have to choose her or this future he's dreamed about. So I love this book, and I could go on about how much I love this book and how much it just made me cry. I really need to reread it. But Kristen has this hysterical dog who's like a little like monster, but like adorable, and he is actually inspired by Abby Jimenez's actual dog, who's a little bit of a psycho. And Kristen's small business that Josh actually helps her with is she builds little step stools for dogs to like get up onto things, as well as making like shirts and funny clothes for the dogs with funny sayings on them. So that's a really focal point of him helping her with her business, as well as like, oh, I think he also helps make beds and stuff for the dogs. I think it's like beds. He does some kind of handiwork for the dog stuff. And it's a fun thing that brings them together. Yeah, it's just so funny and really cute, but also like devastatingly emotional for many, many reasons. So those are the 6 book recommendations, and now for some small shops or, you know, small businesses owned by women that I really wanted to talk about. So the first is the shirt that I'm wearing, which is for the Rip Bodice. You can't actually buy this shirt right now anymore. It was a limited time offer that they did this design on these sweatshirts and t-shirts to help support their employees for the holiday season, and obviously due to COVID, it's hard to, they might not have their doors open right now, so I really love this sweatshirt and I love supporting them. They're a romance-only bookstore that is in California, so they are one of 2 bookstores that focus and feature romance titles exclusively, and they're fantastic. They're owned by 2 sisters, and I also have 2 of their other products, which my friend got me for Christmas last year. They have a lot of different holiday offerings, so I will leave a link to their site and their holiday stuff down below. But they had a trope box that featured an only one bed trope tee, so you can see it there. And then they had a accompanying candle that says only one bed. I haven't opened it or used it because it's just like, I love the container of it, which is like a bad thing. I'm also like not a huge tea drinker, but like I just love the canisters. Sometimes I do that. I'm terrible. I also have like Birdie Bots flavor beans, like that I didn't open that. I just keep it. It's like a fun thing to put on my shelf. And they sell a lot of blind date with books. They like, obviously you can get any romance really from them. And obviously if you're gonna be buying any books, try to support an indie or use bookshop.org. They typically have close enough prices to Amazon, and their shipping has gotten a lot better over time. So the next store that I'm featuring is Danae. She did a collaboration with Sarah McLean, and you know I have most of them and you've probably seen them in some of my videos or Instagram. This one is my favorite. It says read romance, fight patriarchy. I love their shirts. Their t-shirts are really my favorite. I also really like their cropped hoodies, but they have this scoop neck kind of style that I really like, and the shirts are really soft, and they have a ton of like other nerdy t-shirts that are like Marvel and Doctor Who and just really fun sayings on them. And I think they also have been selling masks. They're really fantastic, and I love Jordan's just doing so many great nerdy things on the internet, and I really love everything she does, and I need to pick up some more t-shirts because literally I live in t-shirts, sweatshirts, and leggings. That's it. So the next one is one that I've found out about this year, and I purchased one of their boxes. So it's Hello Lovely box. I got their summer box, so hopefully I remember to put a picture here of what was in the box. And so I really love the tote bag that came in that. I haven't read the books yet. I really need to. And then they were doing a holiday sale recently, so I picked up a face mask that has books on it. Like, how freaking cute. Obviously we all need to wear these right now, and probably for quite some time. And I just feel like I could never have enough of these at this point. Especially as, you know, you go holiday shopping and stuff. These are so important and really great to gift right now because seriously, you can never have enough, and I don't have any bookish ones. And then I've picked up a ton of her mugs. So this is just one of them that I've purchased recently, and this one says Proud Romance Reader because of course I am. And I really liked about this one, it has this rubber thing on the bottom, so it's less likely to slide on, you know, slick surfaces, which is really nice. I also picked up one of their clear ones that is really cute. I just got an espresso machine on Prime Day for myself because I love coffee, and it was a fun treat, and it was like the lowest price I had seen for an espresso machine ever. So I bought one, and I realized like you need clear mugs to like enjoy how cute the striations of it is. That's a whole different subject, but just know I'm obsessed with her mugs. The next one is a pretty big when it comes to books in the book community, and it's Bookbow. I haven't, like, I go in and out of loving book bows, just like these actual book sleeves. I love this print that I purchased. It's so pretty. I really don't use book bows around the house. for putting my books in. I'm also like not like the most craziest about like how nice my books stay. Like I think a well-loved book should be a little like banged up, but that's just me. But I love these for travel, and especially like if you have them in your bag, just getting all messed up. Especially like I like this one because it has a zipper, and if your bookmark falls out, it's really rough to try and figure it out. And it's also great for like Kindles or iPads or anything like that. But my new favorite thing from Bookbo is not the actual book bows. It's this thingamajig. So this is, it looks like an airplane pillow, but it's not actually the like, I feel like airplane pillows come down a little bit more. This one's more bean shaped, as in the name. This is the Bookbo the Bookbo bean. And this one has glasses on it because I wear glasses. It's the print I picked. And it's basically a pillow that you can use to read with. So you could put it behind your head. I really love reading like this and having my book like this, and so it doesn't like hurt my neck. It's also really nice if you put this like, can you see, like right here, and have your book like this, so you don't have it like on your belly. And it's, you know, that's kind of like if you're pregnant and you have a boppy pillow. Not that I've ever been pregnant and would know about that, but like I think that's kind of like the gist of like how you would do that, except those pillows are like more accommodating to your actual pregnant belly. That was a weird tangent, but I'm obsessed with that thing. I read so much in my bed, and that's been really comfortable. I also really love it. I will sit in bed and have this like in front of me, and I'll put my phone on my like with the pop socket and watch YouTube videos like that. I'm just like, that thing, I always saw it and I was like, that thing is so stupid. It's like an airplane pillow, but it's actually my new favorite thing. And the last shop that I wanted to mention is Fugly Barbie. I feel like everyone on the Step Back Saturday train on Instagram has fallen obsessed with Fugly Barbie and this mug. I first found out this mug from Bee and Her Books over on Twitter and Instagram. She had this and I was like, where is that? And I immediately bought it. And I feel like as soon as I bought it, everyone else somehow popped up and had this mug like a week later, and I was like, oh my god, this is a thing. This mug is like a thing. So this says, I like my books the way I like my, I like my coffee the way I like my romance novels, hot and steamy. I also have a few of their shirts now. They have romance featured stuff, but they also just have like other funny things like 80s references and Schitt's Creek, and the art style is really fun. I have this sticker on my laptop as well as a Golden Girls one. It's so cute, and I love the shop owner's so sweet on Instagram. So if you love this mug, totally get it. This is one I'm not planning to use. I just keep it on my romance bookshelf. Okay, so I'm popping into this video at a different angle, like my hair is up, but I realized I forgot one very, very important shop that I wanted to include, which is the other romance bookstore in the US that is romance focused and amazing, and it's owned by a mother and a daughter, and they're so fantastic. I think their names are Marissa and Roseanne. I love Sweet Arrow. Here is here's the thumbnail from my unboxing that I did of their surprise box, as well as their blind dates with a book. That was the blind date reading vlog that I did. That was from their bookstore. I love their surprise boxes. I think they are doing such great things with trying to push diversity and inclusion in those surprise boxes, that I just love them so much, and I love how much value they put in those boxes. And I think they're doing a lot of really great author events during COVID, and they're just so fantastic. And it's literally just the two of them, pretty sure, doing everything, and they have such a really great delivery. Like, they ship things so quickly, and they've had really fun holiday offerings. I purchased their old school romance box, but I definitely want to purchase some of their other boxes as well. Yeah, so I just really wanted to input that because I love them so much, and I forgot about them because I don't have a physical, like, here is this one item kind of thing to show up here in the video. So those are my books featuring female business owners, as well as some female-owned businesses that you should check out right now. Thank you so much for watching, and if you know any other small businesses that I should check out because they fit my aesthetic, or other books that feature female business owners, please comment them down below. I will be so sure and so happy to check them out. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you shop small and shop local this holiday season. Bye!